I'm here to tell you that you might be looking in all the wrong places. Hi there. So I've got a question for you. Does your child's behavior make you want to hand in your notice as a parent? If you had a job where there was a problem and you tried everything, you had researched, you had collaborated, you'd done everything to try and solve the problem, but the problem was still there, you'd probably pull the pin. So I get it. I'm here to tell you that maybe the fact that you have tried everything, that you feel you've just uncovered every stone, might be what's in the way of you making a change in how you experience being a parent. So the problem might not be what you think it is. We have a tendency to look at problems as outside of us. So when our child is behaving in a certain way, we want to deal with the behavior. Of course we do. That's what's the problem. So you're probably seeing your child as the problem. Maybe you're even using labels like, oh my God, they're so difficult. Oh, they're our challenging one. Or, oh, they're just so naughty. They're stubborn. Or they're just a pain in the ass to describe your child. You might even really just be starting to not like your kids much at all. And maybe you've been gathering all the strategies for what to do. What do you do when your child does this? What do you do? And you've read the books, you've searched the internet, you've gathered all these things. For example, consequences. You might have hooked onto consequences. That's what we do when our child does something we don't like. We've got to give them a consequence. Only sometimes you might just be completely flummoxed as to what the hell is the consequence that I give this behavior. I can't just leave them at home when they won't get in the car and I have to be somewhere. So you might find strategies that kind of work sometimes, but not always, and then you're left a bit lost. Maybe you also pounce onto a new strategy for a while and it really works and it's going awesome and you're like, finally we've cracked it. But then after a while it just loses its power, or you lose your momentum and you just find that it no longer works. I'm here to tell you that you might be looking in all the wrong places. And I tell this from a place of having been there and having been a searcher and a gatherer of information. And it really wasn't until I found out where the real answers to my problems were. So I'm wondering, I have a question for you. Have you thought about what your early experiences were like? Have you thought about what the relationships were like in your home? Have you thought about what being a kid was like for you? We form our very strongest beliefs about connecting with others, about relationships, about even being a parent when we're really, really little. And for most of us, we're not even aware. We have no clue of what those beliefs are because they're really, really unconscious. We're completely unaware of them, but they are powerful. They drive our behavior. They drive our thinking, first of all, which drives our behavior, which creates the experiences that we have. Basically, we filter everything in our world through this lens of our deeply unconscious beliefs. So I'm here to just invite you to get a bit curious. Get a bit curious about what beliefs you might be holding, because I'm pretty sure that some of those beliefs are going to hold the key to the answers that you're looking for. All change happens on the other side of awareness. So when we can become aware of those beliefs that are probably in the driver's seat of us in our parenthood, in our relationship with our kids, and how we're viewing them and how we're viewing this whole thing called being a parent, we realize that there's a lot of stuff that we're bringing to each and every interaction with our child. So when we gain awareness of that, when we can start to see it for what it is, when we start to notice that our kids are actually reacting to how we are with them and they have no choice about that, we actually open up the choice for ourselves. Ultimately, we can only ever control our own behavior, even though we will try like anything to coerce the behavior of our kids, to set things up so that they change what they're doing, to punish them if they do something we don't like, to reward them if they do something we do like. We try so hard to control, and that's normal, that's human. But I'm here to just remind you, the only person we can ever control is ourselves. And I can bet your bottom dollar that there is so much that you are bringing that is influencing your child's challenging behavior. And guess what? The exciting thing, the best thing about that is you get to have a choice in that. You have the power to change that. Our first step is just a willingness, just being willing to say, okay, I'm going to get curious about this. It's not easy. It is simple, but it's not easy. If you think you'd like some help with that, I'm here. I coach parents in this every single day, and most of the time they are blown away by what they discover and what they find they've actually been bringing to the table. And it's nothing that was outside of themselves. It was everything that was inside. So get in touch if you'd love to find out more about how I work with people. I'd love to hear from you. Just click on the link below and we can have a chat. Thanks so much for watching this. I'll see you soon.